Hi, thank you for joining me for the Love of Oils as we kick off Lavender Week. Now, if you are already experienced with essential oils, aromatherapy, or herbs, that's great. I invite you to stick around. Hopefully, I'll share something that maybe you didn't know or a source that you didn't have before. Perhaps you'll have something to share with us. We appreciate that as well. If you are new to all of this, however, then you're in the right place. Hopefully, stick with me this week. You'll learn something new every single day. This week, of course, our focus is on lavender, and you're going to learn a whole lot about it. You may wonder, well, what is there to talk about for a whole week? Truth be told, I could talk all day, every day for a solid week, and I still wouldn't have shared everything there is to know about lavender. But before we get started, let me just say that the statements I make here in these videos have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and the products and methods I discuss here are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Lavender is the princess of essential oils. It is one of the most versatile oils and herbs. It's something that you can use in your everyday life, every single day of your life. And the benefits are amazing, and we're going to go through those and all week long. Today I'll give you a little bit of the history and a few really wonderful things that you can start right away using it for. Hey, now don't forget, every day we're doing a little giveaway. So all you have to do to qualify for the drawing is comment on our videos. You can message us, you can comment on Facebook, you can email us, however you'd like to do that. We'll post the information, and at the end of the day that the video posts, we will draw a name from the hat, and someone will win a nice little token of our appreciation. And that happens every day, to Monday through Saturday. The drawing is at 9, so you have up until like 8:45 to make your comments, watch the video, make your comment, and enter the drawing. So let's talk some history and background of lavender. It's part of the Lamiaceae family of plants, which puts it in with nettles and mint, interestingly enough. It has been used for a long time for a very wide variety of things. There's documentation by Nicholas Culpeper, who was a well-known herbalist in the 1600s, where he writes about using it mainly as a respiratory treatment for what he refers to as the cold maladies. And those tended to be things that govern the mucous membranes, the sinuses, the brain, the joints and the cartilage, and that sort of thing. So cold maladies could be anything from the common cold to sinusitis, hay fever, runny nose, arthritis, stiff joints, clogged lymphatic system. So it had been used widely as far back as the 1600s, which is fascinating to me. In the 1920s, a Dr. René Maurice Gattefoss, forgive me if I've mispronounced the name, but it's important to know that he was really the father of modern aromatherapy. As a matter of fact, he coined the word aromatherapy. Now, he wrote about, actually, he was the first to really dive into using lavender for skin issues and for beauty treatments. And we will explore that as we go on this week with Lavender Week. So kind of stay tuned for that. That'll be interesting stuff. So now it's kind of nice to know a little bit more about lavender. Where does it come from? The best lavender, in my humble opinion, it comes from France, but also Bulgaria. It takes about, if you're planting lavender from seed, which you can certainly do, it takes about 2 years to get a mature lavender plant from seed. But you're going to have to plant a lot of it, because in order to get maybe a 15 milliliter bottle like this size, it takes about 3 pounds of lavender blossoms. And it is important, purity is key. It is very important that you're getting the blossoms, not the leaves, the twigs, the dirt that surrounds it, and all the little bugs that are living in that. It has to be pure blossoms to get pure essential oil. Now, if you're using lavender otherwise, you can certainly use the live the fresh picked flowers. You can use it dried. You can use the lavender buds, which are a lot of fun, and the lavender oil itself. The essential oil is, of course, the most potent. So when I'm working for things like remedies, aromatherapy, even cooking, I want to use the oil. However, I do use the blooms and such for other things. We'll explore that as we move through Lavender Week. So let's take a moment and talk about the chemistry of lavender. So the main chemical constituents in lavender are the ocimene, and that is the cleansing factor. That's your antiseptic qualities, your antibacterial qualities. Next, you would have the linalool, which is more soothing, which makes lavender a wonderful treatment for skin issues, any irritated skin, rashes, blemishes, little cuts, scrapes, burns. It is incredibly soothing to the skin. Also, the linalool acetate is your third major component, and that is the calming factor. That is why lavender is used so often for restful sleep, for anxiety, just as a calming agent. So those are your three main constituents of lavender. All very important, all very versatile. So let's talk a little bit about using the essential oils in your everyday life. I work with doTERRA essential oils mostly. I do use other things, so don't feel excluded if you're using other things, that's fine. When I'm using these essential oils, if you're familiar with them, you know how to drop your oils, right? If you don't, I'm going to give you a little lesson right now. It's all about patience. So you can hum a little bit of that song to yourself if you like, and you tilt the bottle and you be patient until one drop falls, and there's your essential oil. And from that, if you want to take a moment with me and just relax, you drop your drop of oil in the palm of your hands. Cover your face. Cover your nose and mouth. Breathe deep. One more. And I do 3. And now I'm relaxed. Now, a couple handy things that you can do with a bottle of lavender oil. First of all, you should always keep one in your kitchen, because if you get a burn, immediately go to that bottle and drop a drop of lavender oil on it. Just gently rub it in, or if it's too sore to touch, just let that lavender sit there. It may sting a little bit in the beginning, but it will help to heal it quicker, in my experience, and it will help to not leave a scar. So very important, always a bottle of lavender in your kitchen. Number 1. Also great for things like mosquito bites, stings, little rashes, that sort of thing. Lavender is one of the few oils that you can use topically on the skin neat with no dilution. So you can just drop that right on full strength. So let's address one of the biggest uses for lavender, and that is anxiety and stress. And everyone is under a lot of stress. Everyone is dealing with anxiety issues. On a day-to-day basis, we all have our stresses, we all have our anxieties, sometimes more than others. Lavender is your best friend. I'll tell you that right now. Simple things that you can do with lavender to help to relax. Just as we did a moment ago, breathe in and just let your body relax. When you breathe in the oils, it just goes right in through the nose, through the mucous membranes, to the brain, to the nervous system, and it acts as a calming agent. It is pretty instantaneous, really. You can do it as a roll-on. Of course, doTERRA makes the doTERRA Touch, which is a roll-on. It comes in a little bottle with the roller. You can make your own. You just mix lavender oil with some fractionated coconut oil. We use the fractionated because it's non-greasy. The lipids have been removed, so it's almost like a dry oil. Love to work with that. Wonderful for rolling on the bottoms of your feet. Now, again, lavender can be used in many different ways. We talked about dropping the oil neat onto the skin. We talked about rolling it on, be on the bottoms of your feet, also just the back of your neck, the base of the skull. The pulse points are a great place to use lavender. You can also diffuse it in the air. You see I have my little diffuser behind me. So diffusing the lavender in the air, using it aromatically is wonderful. Lavender oil is edible. I put it in a lot of things. Later this week, we're going to do cooking with lavender. So that'll be on Wednesday, so tune in for that. So yes, you can eat lavender. You can breathe it in. You can put it onto the skin. You can put it in a bath. You can do lots of different things. A little bit of lavender does, however, go a long way. You don't need to use a lot of it, really, just a drop or two, and you're good to go. And it does what it is intended to do. Just a little side note that I use and recommend doTERRA lavender essential oil, but always be certain that the lavender product you are about to ingest is labeled safe for human consumption and or internal use. So let's talk about lavender and sleep for a moment. We all want a good night's sleep. Sometimes that's difficult to get. Well, lavender to the rescue. Lavender can be rolled on the bottoms of the feet. You can make your own roll-on, or doTERRA has the Lavender Touch. It already comes in a rollerball bottle. You can roll that on the bottoms of your feet right before you go to bed. Great for kids, too. It's a great way for kids to get calmed down and a restful night's sleep. Now, one of the biggest problems that people have with sleep is that maybe they can get to sleep, but they don't stay asleep, or they don't get real restful sleep. Enter another age-old remedy. L-theanine is an amino acid that greatly aids in restful, steady sleep. So when you combine lavender with L-theanine, they play well together, and they create a really good sleep aid. doTERRA has already packaged this in the Serenity Restful Blend gel caps. Take a couple of these before bedtime, and I know for myself they do help me just achieve that nice, steady, restful sleep, quality sleep. So you can try those. You can try the capsules. You can try the roll-on, or just a couple drops of lavender on the bottoms of your feet too. Lavender alone is great, but as I say, lavender does play well with others, and L-theanine is one of the things that it plays best with, and that will help you, hopefully, to get your good night's sleep. Hopefully, you've learned a little bit more about one of my favorite essential oils, lavender. The next installment, we're going to talk about lavender bath. So how to use lavender oil and lavender buds to create a nice, calming, soothing bath. Wednesday, we'll explore lavender in the kitchen. We'll be cooking with special guest, Mary Linda Panasco. And Thursday, the beauty of lavender. We will talk about lavender in your daily skincare. Friday is going to be fun because Friday is lavender cocktails and mocktails, and we'll be making those with our special guest bartender. Saturday is Lavender Day Spa, where we'll be making some beauty products and show you how easy it can be to incorporate lavender into some things you can make yourself. So remember to comment on this video, or send us an email, or instant message us, and then you'll be entered into the drawing to win the daily prize. Thanks for joining us.